Many internet travelers would readily classify Deviantart as a no-go place. I mean, it's full of really, well, deviant art. But throughout my 6 years there and my extensive research for this video, I have never found any content that you couldn't find on some other platform like Reddit, Tumblr, or Twitter. Ugh. Twitter. I'll say it right away, I'm not a huge Deviantart fan. I don't really go out of my small circle of friends, and to be fair, I don't recall even having visited the popular deviations page more than twice or thrice prior to recording this video. But now that I have seen a lot of content, and I can safely say it's quite okay. I mean, yes, there's a lot of weird stuff, but the issue is quite overblown. There's a lot of good artists and photographers that post beautiful images all the time. Just like the rest of the internet, you can find anything you want. Want beauty? You got it. Want weird fetish art? You got it. Just like every other platform. But recently, a new threat has risen that could prove to be the very end of Deviantart. That threat is called Eclipse. To begin, let me introduce you to the website itself. As you can see, it has a very 2000s look. It's far from being an eyesore and quite functional too. It's very easy to understand the layout from the get-go. See, I can even explain it in under a minute. This takes you to your profile. You can comment directly on someone's page. What a throwback. Remember when YouTube had this? This is your gallery. These are your favorites. These are your journals, which are like blog posts. Here are your notifications, each of the different types with its own icon. When you click on any, it leads you to the specific area of the notification menu, where you have all your notifications neatly separated into pertinent categories. With this button, you submit new art. You click here, drag here, right here, select one of these categories that never really satisfy you, and submit. Oh yeah, these are the llama badges. They're awesome. They're just like a token of appreciation for someone. One last thing, follow here is watch. You watch people you like, and they watch you back. Still with me? Great. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is great, whoever you are, but what's the drama? The website looks a bit old, yeah maybe, but it's fine. And you'd be correct. The website is functional, intuitive, and even a complete noob like me could find out its more advanced functions like polls, groups, forums, and so on. So the website is quite okay. Naturally, if one were to replace this user interface with a new one, it would have to be far superior, and add new features instead of subtracting them. Right? In October 2019, after almost 2 years of beta testing, Deviantart introduced a new user interface called Eclipse. If you are logged out, this is the default setting. One day I happened to go on Deviantart and find it and said, I can give this a try. Ouch! It's not that bad, but I feel like I'm in a twilight zone. What is this supposed to be? Where are my notifications? Here? Oh, okay, that makes sense, but where's the new art? Well, surely it's not over here, separate from all other notifications. Why in tarnation is something so big? Every single tile uses up all my screen. Also a cover image? Why, it's almost like this design is meant to take away the site's uniqueness and make it another cookie cutter social media platform. Golly, I wonder what's up with that. How's the homepage looking? Wait, no, this isn't the homepage, it's my watch page. Where's the popular content right now page? Oh, there. So the homepage isn't really the homepage. Illustrious. Also, thanks for thinking about those of us with slow connections, because this loads much better than the old one. But don't you worry, it's okay. They're still making changes. A few days ago, they taken profile comments out, and now they're back. It's almost like they don't know what they're doing with this, and have to fix things on the go. Look, you can change the colors to the classic green, see? Just like the old design, except clumsier and more generic, and it looks like crap. Talking about improvement, I really tried to look for new features, and I could only find a few like this modal feature, which I'm not sure what it does. I mean, apparently it tags someone, but I don't see its purpose. Also, the other feature that they promised is a chat. I don't know, I mean everybody uses Discord nowadays, so I don't see how this would be that much of an improvement, to be honest. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. I'll take the old one any day over this half-baked, change for the sake of a change look. You see, for a site update to make sense, it has to be actually better than the old design, and this is not it. At best, it looks like a reskin. At worst, it splinters things unnecessarily. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but splitting notifications into here and here is not an improvement from having them all here. It's just so unnecessary to make this change, and it doesn't offer any new features except the cover image. Talking about that, the old Deviantart allowed premium members, or as they call it,
core members,
to customize the profile way more. Just look at this, or even this. A simple cover image is actually a terrible trade-off. I'm desperately trying to find something good to say about this, but I just can't. It looks so unfinished. Maybe it's good to have big tiles on a phone with a 6-inch screen, but on a computer, it just looks bad. I really did try to present both sides of the argument here, but you see, I actually didn't find anyone talking in favor of Eclipse. There are some people who are okay with it, like it's gonna happen anyway, so whatever happens is okay, I guess. But there's no one who is saying like, wow, I love Eclipse! Wow, this is amazing, I love it! Yeah, no, I haven't seen that. So it's hard to present the other side of the argument when there is none. I just don't see anybody defending Eclipse because it's good, just because we don't really have a choice. That being said, most people seem to be actually rather okay, and you know, I myself am pretty okay with Eclipse as well. It's not terribly bad. It is the final step down from the old design, but it works. I mean, it's not completely broken, yet. I think we're safe, right? Surely they will see that everyone hates this and will put it off until they have a legitimately good design. Oh no, it's gonna be obligatory on May 20, taking lessons from old Google Deviantart. This really should not have been a surprise. Big Tech does things like this all the time, and only through massive backlash does the user base manage to halt them. Sometimes. Needless to say, the hardcore Deviantart community was furious. Many have threatened to leave. Actually, some already have. Additionally, 4 different change.org petitions were started, each with a large following. I'm sure the Venn diagram of the people who signed them is just a circle, but still pretty impressive, even if you only take into account the one with the most followers. Now you may be thinking, all this racket for just a UI change? Snowflakes. Well, yes, it might be a bit overreaching, but this intellectual analysis fails to take into account a couple decisive factors. 1. The redesign does not improve in any way the user experience. It's clunkier and takes longer to load, and uses more screen area to show less, which is maybe good on a phone, but not on a computer. You also have a lot of missing features like this panel, which points at an unfinished design. Why publish something still unfinished? Like, what did they even spend 2 years doing? 2. The community opposed it in its majority, and the team continues to push it forward. You see, most of the people affected by this are core members, that is to say, people who are actually paying Deviantart for their membership. The site is profiting from their existence, but refuses to take their opinion into account, instead insisting on a failed design and only complying with minor changes. That doesn't go down well with users. On top of all this, the old design has a nostalgia factor. It's the UI that saw them grow from unexperienced, MS Paint wielding hobbyists to more developed and stable artists. Say what you will about this last point, but nostalgia is powerful. To disregard this is callous, and definitely not a good market strategy. Just look at Disney's nostalgia pay recently, it works for them. With a new modern design, how long will it take for the beloved old pixel art lemons to look out of place and be discarded? Another interesting thing to mention is the Sound of Silence movement. I'm sure the Deviantart team, however, won't care about any of these things. What they want is the money! But how will alienating their core user base rake in more profit? This is where I speculate. I think I know their game here. But before going into this, let's answer a very important question. What tells a casual user from a hardcore user? A casual user is someone who mostly just watches people post, rarely if ever posting themselves. Yep, that's me. Look at those normie stats. That would be the most obvious definition of a casual, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going a step further and define casual as anyone who doesn't regard the DA community much. This person might post 20 different things a day and have thousands of page views, but is not very involved with the community, doesn't do art trades, give llamas or things like that. A hardcore user on the other side wants the whole Deviantart experience. They're constantly looking for new artists to watch, engaging with other users in status updates, polls, journals, memes, contests, and even cults. Yes, cults! There's something truly endearing about this, and it's that even the artists at the top often answer comments and give back llama badges. They share tips and interact with their watchers on a regular basis. You could say it all depends on the user, but I do find that this wholesome behavior is much more common on Deviantart than most social media platforms. I also feel like the older website design helps along with this, and the new one just looks too sanitized for this. Having defined that, let's go to what I believe the team is currently doing with Eclipse. Let's throw examples from YouTube.
Hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
Consider this. If the hardcore user base leaves, a large portion of the followers also will, which accounts for all the people who voted maybe, I don't know, on this poll asking users whether they stay after Eclipse or not. So if all the people you watched or were watched by are gone, what are you even doing on the platform? You can't just Thanos snap a part of the population and expect the rest to be like, this is fine. On top of that, there is a difference between YouTube and Deviantart. While there are other video streaming websites, YouTube practically has no real competition. Ever heard of a YouTuber who also has a Vimeo or Dailymotion account? Probably not, but Deviantart users hardly ever post their art only on Deviantart, and even those that do can rarely find substitutes for a site. The team is really playing a very risky game here. This journal by Oakhill, which deals with the same issues as this video, points out that the only choice artists feel they face now is whether they move to Twitter or Instagram. But is there another option? Of course there is. Well, almost. It's an option that will be available next year, but it will be worth the wait. It's called ArtRise, a brand new website being created by artists for artists, as a response to the Apoc Eclipse. The number of Google searches for ArtRise skyrocketed with the announcement of a forced eclipse. Whilst the site is still under construction, its community is booming on its Discord server at 900 members. That's a yikes for me, Deviantart team. It seems like you could be in a very real danger of losing your status as the go-to place for posting art. It's hard to calculate all the variables, from old user new user replacement rate to how many ambivalent people will simply leave because their friends aren't on the platform anymore. It'll be quite hard to cover that up, even with YouTube levels of advertising revenue, which should not be taken for granted in the first place. Throughout human history, eclipses have been seen as a bad omen, a sign of wrath from the gods, a sign that everything good we had is about to be destroyed. So, yeah, I can see why they chose the name of all things. Truth is, only time will tell what will become of Deviantart. Will it become a censoring dictatorship like YouTube is bound to become? Will it just be thrown away as one of those sites that got terrible redesigns that killed them? Or maybe it will even be the social media platform of the future? Probably not the last one, yeah. But whatever you think of Deviantart, I don't believe it's possible to overstate its influence. It's been around as long as modern internet has, before Rage Comics, before YouTube. And the mere thought that it could fall or collapse, all because of one bad move, is honestly terrifying. How much of what we know today could be gone down the drain in a year's notice?